Our national anthem here from Great American Ballpark as we get ready in just about 10 minutes for first pitch in the series finale. The Brewers try to sweep the Reds and win 15 consecutive games for the first time in the history of the franchise. Today's starting lineup is brought to you by Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, supporting Wisconsin's critical infrastructure. Visit WIIN at wisconsininfrastructure.com. The Brewers have switched up the lineup significantly against the left-hander Andrew Abbott, and it's going to start with last night's hero. On the top spot of the card, Andrew Monasterio. He's going to play second base. It's the second time all year he's led off. The other one was the last time the Brewers faced Andrew Abbott. Caleb Durbin, for the first time in his career, is batting second, and Durbin is the third baseman. William Contreras, the designated hitter for this one. Red Hot Contreras hits third. Christian Yelich is going to play the field here today. He's in left in the cleanup spot. And Andrew Vaughn, per usual, is the Brewers' first baseman. He's batting fifth. Blake Perkins in center field. Welcome back to Perk. After coming off the bereavement list this morning, he bats sixth. Danny Jansen gets his fourth start as a Brewer, doing the catching and batting seventh. Joey Ortiz back down on the card today. He's hitting eighth, playing short. And Brandon Lockridge will start all three games of the series without Isaac Collins. So it's Lockridge in right field. He's batting ninth. Turang and Frelick are the headliners that get the afternoon off against the left-hander Andrew Abbott. On the other side of the card, it's Jose Quintana for the Brewers. He's won his previous three starts and looking to make it 4 in a row against these 9 for the Reds. TJ Friedl, again in the leadoff spot. He will play center field. Spencer Steer, the first baseman, homered last night, and he'll bat second with Ellie De La Cruz, the all-star shortstop, hitting third. Miguel Andujar's had a good series. He's in left field cleaning up. Austin Hayes, the veteran designated hitter, today batting fifth. Noel V. Marte also hit a home run late last night. He'll play right field and bat sixth. Jose Trevino again doing the catching and batting seventh. Ke'Bryan Hayes was the Reds' player of the night yesterday, and he bats eighth as the third baseman, with Santiago Espinal getting a start at second base. And he rounds out the order against Quintana. The umpires presented by Cannon and Dunphy. Mike Estabrook is calling balls and strikes. The crew chief Laz Diaz at first, and Eric Bacchus second base. Brian O'Nora mans third. Cannon and Dunphy since 1985. They've been leading the way, recovering over $1 billion for clients. For fairness on the field and justice off it, trust Cannon and Dunphy. Lane has more of the On Deck show built by Menards. First pitch right around the corner in Cincy after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
At Cousin Subs, the bigger your smile, the better we feel. That's why our menu features something for everyone, like our Wisconsin cheese curds, golden fries, creamy shakes, and mac and cheese, all paired with your favorite sub, or our subs in a bowl. And don't forget our kids' meals, now with a free cookie. Here's to a better day. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
At First Weber, you can feel confident our agents will help you navigate the real estate market. With a deep understanding of the industry, they're committed to achieving the results.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
West Dallas during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, where you can make your best deal and save an additional $500.
Dirt and grime at Tsunami Express Car Wash. Members save money with unlimited washes, skip the line in a fast line, and enjoy free vacuums. Learn more at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express. Wash, chill, repeat.
Reds about to take the field on this sunny Sunday. Temperatures are going to be right around 90 degrees this afternoon, as the Brewers are even hotter than the thermometers. They go for 15 consecutive wins for the first time ever and for 5 straight sweeps. We wrap up the On Deck Show built by Menards. Lane was talking about sweeps. This would be the Brewers' 5th straight and 8th of their last 11 series that they have swept if they win today. And if you go back to the Red Sox, right after Memorial Day, that series that was near the end of the month of May, if the Brewers can win today, they'll have swept 11 of the last 23 series they've played, almost half. Andrew Abbott, the all-star for the first time in his career, is leading the Reds out onto the diamond as we take a drive around the league and a preview of the action. Brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors who are building Wisconsin together. It's going to be the Cubs and the Pirates getting underway in just about 40 minutes. That's a series rubber match at Wrigley. Harmon Majinski moving in from the bullpen for the Pirates to make the start, opposite Javier Assad, just recently off the injured list for Chicago, which tries to avoid losing a 4th consecutive series played. Brewers matching that season-high 9-game lead in the division coming into this Sunday, and, of course, getting ready to go to Wrigley tomorrow, starting that 5-game series. The Yankees try to sweep the struggling Cardinals. That's at 1:15 Central, so that's getting closer to first pitch at Busch. Will Warren for New York, Miles Michaelis for the Redbirds, who have lost 4 in a row to fall 4.5 games out of the final wild card spot in the National League behind the Mets. Then later today, the Dodgers try to sweep the Padres in that important series. Yu Darvish for San Diego. Tyler Glasnow has the ball for the defending champs, who have won the first 2 games to take a 1-game lead back from the Friars in the West. The Brewers and the Reds. Andrew Abbott is ready to go, and for the play-by-play, here is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. A reminder that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. That is brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Visit them today at Boucher.com. The hero from last night, Andrew Monasterio, leads things off. Abbott brings home the first pitch, and it is low with a fastball at 92, and it's 1-0 on Andrew Monasterio. His second home run of the season last night to left. The pitch brought home, and this one is hit foul and out of play down the right field line. It's 1-1. This is the same ballpark where he hit his first career home run off Ben Lively back in 2023. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a chopper foul back behind home plate, and it's 1-2. So I think it's very safe to say his 2 most memorable home runs have been in this ballpark. 86 degrees at first pitch here today. Abbott brings home the 1-2 pitch, and that's a fly ball into right. It's going to carry out to the right fielder. Marte makes the catch, and there's one away for Caleb Durbin. 1:41 our start time, Eastern time, here today in Cincinnati. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbless. Premium cocktails in a can. Stop at your local grocer and stock up for the game or for your next tailgate. Carbless, less is more. Brewers got after Abbott when they faced him back in June. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 runs. Durbin takes down an in and nearly hit him. Got out of the way in time. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. That is his worst start of the year. That start against the Crew gave up 7 hits. Couple of home runs on that day. 1-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. He has worked deep his last couple of times out. Went 7 2/3 his last start against the Phillies. Did give up 3 runs and 6 hits. Pitch is low. And it's 2-1 on Durbin. Worked 6 2/3 the start before that in Chicago against the Cubs at Wrigley. 2-1 is high. 3 balls and 1 strike here on Durbin. Our quick trip around the bases presented this month by Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks. And today's contestant is Karen Matzob from Hurley. Abbott brings home the 3-1 to Durbin. And a ground ball. Left side. A sliding stop by De La Cruz. Gets to his feet and slings it over to first in time to take care of Durbin. That's a nice play by De La Cruz. Off the bat, you thought that might sneak through. It was hit 98 miles an hour and back up the middle. But De La Cruz with that range and that arm strength hasn't played the cleanest defense in this series, but that was a good play there. 2 down for William Contreras. So, Karen, if the Brewers score in the first inning, you will win a $100 Quick Trip gift card, compliments of Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks and Quick Trip. Brewers keep winning. I might petition to have Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks remain the partner. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. It's 0-1. We have a different vendor with Quick Trip every month. But, I mean, you go 28-0 or whatever it would be. 0-1, missed outside to Contreras. 1 ball and 1 strike. Might have to keep him around. Just getting underway here on a very warm day in Cincinnati. Abbott's pitch, a chopper to short. Big hop out to De La Cruz. Plenty of time to fire to first and retire Contreras. Brewers go down in order in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half. It is the Brewers nothing and the Reds coming up on the Brewers.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's rated higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
It's a Lourdes Gurriel dog.
That's a nice touch.
Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newtbar fan. What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
Ended up just shot putting it. Not block when there's nobody on base. There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
The first inning is brought to you by Lakeland University, your first choice for a flexible, career-focused education on your schedule. Lakeland University, experience it your way.
To the bottom of the first we go. It is no score. Brewers and the Reds in this series finale. Reds have not been swept in any series this year. Jose Quintana on the mound for the Crew. Brings home the first pitch to TJ Friedl, and that is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Friedl hitting .270 on the year, 10 home runs. He's driven in 39 on the season. Left-handed hitter, 1 for 9 in the series. As Quintana brings home the 0-1 pitch, and this is a chopper to first. Rolls out to Vaughn. He will pick it up and step on the bag all in one motion. And an easy out for Jose Quintana of TJ Friedl. And now Spencer Steer will come to the plate. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste, only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Steer homered in last night's game, hitting .238 on the year, 15 home runs, 59 driven in. Reds wearing their red tops and white pants today as Quintana brings home the first pitch, and that's a strike. Very top of the strike zone, and it's 0-1 on Steer. Brewers in their road grays. That's what they've been in all series long here in Cincy. Quintana's 0-1 pitch. That missed a little low with a changeup. Steer didn't chase. And it evens at a ball and a strike. Jose working out of the windup, brings home the 1-1. That missed down and in with a changeup. He doesn't want to chase that pitch, at least so far for Steer. Those have been a couple of pretty good changeups right below the zone. But Steer hasn't offered. Two one. There's a breaking ball dropped in there for a strike. Very good curveball, and it's 2-2. Brewers defensively. Yelich in left today. Perkins in center. Lockridge is in right. Durbin at third. Ortiz the shortstop. Monasterio at second. Vaughn at first. And Jansen does the catching of Quintana. 2-2 missed way in. Almost hit him. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes full on Spencer Steer. You've got Ellie De La Cruz in the on-deck circle for the Reds. 14 straight for the Crew. It's been dramatic. 8 of those 14 have been come from behind victories. 3-2. That missed low, and he walked him. It's been the amazing thing about this stretch of baseball for the Brewers. No deficit has seemed insurmountable for these Brewers. Even down 8-1 on Friday night, the legend has it that Christian Yelich looked at Pat Murphy and said, we're going to win this game. And, of course, he proved to be right. De La Cruz, a liner into center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Stopping at second is Steer. And the Reds have first and second with 1 away. And Miguel Andujar coming to the plate. When you look at this Reds lineup, they have a handful of guys that really handle left-handed pitching well. And Andujar, the cleanup hitter, is one of those guys. Hitting well over 400 against lefties on the season. Right behind him is Austin Hayes, who's hitting well over 300 against lefties. A couple of dangerous hitters now for Quintana to navigate. First pitch, and here's a little flare into shallow left. Coming in, though, is Yelich, and he's got a good break on it. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That was a breaking ball away, and sounded like Andujar got it off the end of the bat, and it stayed up long enough for Yelich to race in and make a nice catch. 2 down for Austin Hayes. Brewers have won 29 of their last 33. They are 29-4 in their last 33 games.
Ugh.
I mean, it's hard to even believe it when you say it out loud. Austin Hayes takes down low. It's 1-0.
I was just going to say, you cannot read that stat enough.
17-1 in their last 18. I mean, there's just so many numbers right now that are like jaw-dropping. Quintana looks at second, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a foul back behind home plate. It's 1-1. And you just don't do that without getting contributions from everybody. I don't care how many superstars at the top of your roster you have. It's going to take not just all 26. It's going to take 30, 32 guys to put together a run like this. And it has for the Brewers for sure. 1-1, swung on and fouled back into the net, and it's 1-2. This would be a big early escape act for Quintana if he gets out of this bottom of the first with no damage done. But he has to earn it. Noel V. Marte's in the on-deck circle. Quintana facing a lot of righties in this Reds lineup here today. Friedel really the only guy that's not. 1-2 pitch. Down and away with a curveball. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Steer is at second. De La Cruz is at first with 2 outs here. Quintana looks back. And the 2-2 pitch. Missed inside, nearly hit him. And the count is full, 3-2. He has tried to run that sinker in to these righties, and he has swept them off their feet a couple of times in this inning. He's gotten it way in. Did the same thing to Steer earlier in the inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with the curveball. Quintana gets a big ortho ASAP strikeout, and he gets out of the bottom of the first with no damage.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. Be cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
Always there to protect your dreams.
Christian Yelich is the cleanup hitter for the Brewers here this afternoon and leads off the top of the second inning. Abbott's first pitch to him is in there low with a sweeper, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Yelich hitting .270 on the year, 25 home runs and 86 driven in. Abbott's 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss at a sweeper down the middle, and it's 1-1. Clean up any home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. 1-1 is high. It's 2 balls and a strike on Yelly. 2 home runs on Friday night. He was hitless last night. Did draw a walk in the 10th inning. As Abbott looks in. And from the windup, the 2-1 pitch. That is fouled out of play, third base side. And it's 2-2. Yelich has homered against Abbott in his career. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a curveball. Abbott's first strikeout of the afternoon. And there's one away for Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn 2 for 9 in the series with a home run and 3 driven in. Right-handed hitter against the lefty Abbott. Brewers have been very good against lefties this year. First pitch in there for a strike at 0-1. It had been an area where the Brewers had struggled the last couple of seasons, but 25-11 against left-handed starters in 2025. And Vaughn hits one of the air to right. It's pushing Marte back onto the warning track with a play. Makes the catch. Just didn't quite get that one. That was a fastball away. Didn't quite get the barrel to it. Hit off the end of the bat just a little bit, and the ballpark held it, which is not something you say a lot in this ballpark. 2 down, and that'll get Perkins to the plate. Can't beat summer in Wisconsin. Lakes, sun, food, especially grilled brats and franks. And, of course, those are from Usingers. And, of course, the Pine River Gourmet Cheese Spreads. First pitch to Blake Perkins back in the lineup today after a couple of days away from the team. He takes a strike at 0-1. Those Pine River Gourmet Cheese Spreads, great with everything. Wrap up your summer day with Cedar Crest ice cream and call it a winner. Blake takes a fastball high, and it's 1-1. Abbott has used just 21 pitches so far to get the first 5 outs of this game. 1-1 is up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Perkins just 0 for 11 against Abbott in his young career. Brewers have had some success against Abbott. He made his debut against the Crew a couple of seasons ago in this ballpark. 2-1 is popped up fouling out of play. First base side, 2-2. He was dazzling in that outing. But the Brewers have seen him a few times since and had more success. But this is a very good pitcher. And you heard Pat Murphy say in his mind he's a number 1. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. Perkins strikes out. Couple of strikeouts for Abbott in a 1-2-3 top of this second inning. We go to the bottom of 2. No score.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time. It is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
No scores. We go to the bottom of the second inning here in Cincinnati. Noel v. Marte to lead things off for the Reds. It'll be Marte, Trevino, and Hayes scheduled to hit for Cincinnati. Jose Quintana needed 16 pitches to get himself through the first inning. And he brings home the first pitch to Marte. It's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Marte homered in the 11th inning of last night's game. His 9th of the season. He is starting to get hot at the plate here of late for the Reds. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. He chased an elevated fastball. And it's 0-2. He's 3 for 9 in this series. Is Marte. With that home run I told you about. In the midst of a 7-game hitting streak. He's 13 for his last 30 at the plate. Quintana's 0-2 pitch. He is bounced in the dirt with a curveball. 1-2 is the count. Brewers with their win last night means they've defeated the Reds in 13 consecutive series. I mean, think about that, folks. The Reds have been pretty good during that stretch, too. 1-2 is a fly ball to center. Hit well, but the ballpark's going to hold this one. Drifting back onto the edge of the warning track right in front of the 404 sign is Perkins. He'll make the catch. And there's one away. Marte gave it a ride just to the wrong part of the park. That is your friend if you're Jose Quintana. That little cutout 404 to center, because this park doesn't have many places where the baseball goes to die, but that's one of the places where it's a little tougher to get one out. Down the lines, this place a bit of a bandbox. Here's Jose Trevino. Quintana's first pitch in there with a strike, and it's 0-1. Schneider and their professional truck drivers remind you to buckle up whenever you're behind the wheel. It's the law, and it can save your life. Quintana's 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, third base side. Durbin fields it, scoops and throws to first in time to take care of Trevino. And 2 quick outs for Jose Quintana here in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring Ke'Bryan Hayes to the plate. Hayes homered yesterday, and before he hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Mauer and Ken Sommerfeld, Lane Brindle with you here this afternoon from Cincinnati. First pitch to Hayes is low. It's 1-0. Quintana out of the windup brings home the 1-0 pitch. And that is taken for a strike on a two-seam fastball. Count evens and a ball and a strike. This is the lightest crowd of the 3 days this afternoon. Kind of understandable with the heat the way it is. 1-1. Missed down and away with a changeup. It goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. They've got the big tennis tournament in town too this weekend. That was the extent of my tennis knowledge I just gave you.
The Cincinnati Open.
Yeah, there you go, Josh. Thanks for picking me up. 2-1 pitch. And that is a curveball that missed low. They appealed to first. He didn't go. 3-1 is the count here on Hayes. 236 hitter, 4 home runs, 41 driven in.
It's a big tune-up for the U.S. Open coming up at the end of the month. Hard court.
3-1. This is hit foul and out of play. First base side. Count is full. 3-2. Now you're showing off all your knowledge. Do you play?
I can.
You know, my daughter.
Do I? No.
You know, my daughter went out for tennis this year. She's never played it before. Went out for tennis as a junior in high school. 3-2 pitch. And a called third strike. Got him looking. Brian Hayes down on strikes. It's a 1-2-3 second for Jose Quintana. It's a no-cut program, so she had to make the team. God bless them.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Rust protection, only at Zbart.
We go to the third inning, no score, and with the play-by-play, here's Josh Mauer.
Thank you, Lane. Danny Jansen is going to greet the left-hander Andrew Abbott, who's retired the first 6, and Jansen takes a strike, maybe generously granted near the outside corner with a fastball. Home plate umpire Mike Estabrook here today. Danny Jansen, first action of the series. 0-1 pitch, drilled deep left, hooking, home run distance, but it is foul. Whoa. Well, Danny, he can hit it a long way, and he did right there. Got a breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. Just got out in front. All it is a strike. It's 0-2. Now Abbott throws. Tried to check on a high one. They appeal, and he did. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jansen 3 for 14 as a Brewer. No homers yet. He's driven in 1. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. That's the 3rd strikeout. 3 of the last 4 batters, in fact, going via the K against Mr. Abbott. So 7 in a row for the left-hander to begin his outing. That'll bring to the plate Joey Ortiz. It's time for the Potawatomi Casino Hotel 3-bagger in the third contest. And we've got a regular who's our contestant today. Joey swings and grounds it softly to short. Play for Ellie De La Cruz, who's got it. And he slings one to first and plenty of time to get Ortiz. That's a couple of quick outs. 3 ground outs to Ellie already. So of the 8 batters, you got 3 putouts by De La Cruz and 3 strikeouts. That'll bring up Brandon Lockridge. Our contestant, Karen Fries, F-R-I-E-S, from Cross Plains. Karen's very often in these competitions that we host. Good luck to you. You need a triple this inning from a member of the crew. Lockridge bluffed a bunt, pulled back, took a strike. No score here in the third. Brendan Lockridge has been in there all 3 games of the series for Pat Murphy. The 0-1 outside on Lockridge. If you'd like to be a future Pato Casino 3-bagger in the third contestant, visit WTMJ.com. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. That changeup has been really effective thus far for Abbott. Ahead of Lockridge 1-2. Trying to go 9 up, 9 down the first 3 innings is the all-star lefty. The 1-2. That time he laid off the changeup that was just a bit low and away, so it's 2-2. Lockridge hitting .258 with the Brewers, 8 for 31 with 5 driven in. Took the collar last night. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled on the right side, up out of play. Abbott, in his last start that opened the homestand on Monday against the Phillies, took a shutout into the 8th inning and then got 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Line foul again right side, and Lockridge making him work. It remains 2-2 with the bases empty and 2 out. The Reds led 1-0 against the Phillies, 2 out in the 8th inning, and all of a sudden the Phillies scored 4 runs. And Abbott took the loss, but he had pitched a great game. 2-2 again. Line drive right field, slicing over into the corner, a fair ball. It bounds over towards the wall, and it's going to be misplayed by Marte. And Lockridge turns second, will make it to third base standing up. A slicing likely triple there for Brandon Lockridge to give the Brewers their first base runner of the contest. It comes with 2 out in the 3rd inning. And what do you know? Karen Fries, you are a winner. That is a triple. That's the official ruling after it hit the sidewall and bounded away from Noelvi Marte. They give it a 3-bagger, and a 3-bagger in the 3rd winner, Karen Fries. Now Monasterio swings and pops up the first pitch. So the triple's going to be irrelevant, as drifting over to his left is the center fielder, Friedel. Shallow right center, Friedel makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Karen won a Potawatomi prize package thanks to Lockridge, but Monasterio flies out. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and it's the Reds against Jose Quintana with their number 9 batter, Santiago Espinal. Scoreless game, and Quintana into the windup. First pitch. Just a little bit outside with his 2-seamer. Espinal came in extra innings last night when Jake Fraley got injured. Had a sac fly against Nick Mears in the 11th inning. Only plate appearance of the series, and he takes a strike. Top of the zone, 1-1. Hitting .251 on the year is the utility man for Terry Francona. Has not hit a home run. On the windup, the 1-1. Fly ball hit to center field. Blake Perkins, few steps to his left, but there in plenty of time to reach out and make the catch. Quintana looking sharp. Retired 7 of the 9 Reds he faced the first time through the order, and here comes the leadoff man for a second time, TJ Friedl. Here's a club you want to get into, folks. Club Citgo. The super easy app opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download the Club Citgo app today. Pitch to Friedl. Tried to drag a bunt, but pulled back at the last moment and takes low, ball 1. It's like a running bunt. It already started stepping towards first. Grounded out to begin the outing against Quintana, and he grounds one again. First base. Same guy that retired him the first time is Andrew Vaughn. He'll take it himself again, and another 3 unassisted for Friedl. 2 out just that quickly here in the home third. And that brings Spencer Steer to the plate as Quintana has retired 7 in a row. No score. Folks, if you have no dental insurance but need dental care, the new Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club can save you up to 55% from a statewide network of trusted WDA dentists. Join at WDAclub.com. Steer hit one of the 3 Cincinnati homers in last night's extra innings loss. Walked back in the first. No score here in the third, and the pitch is grounded foul up the third base line. Jose Quintana trying to win a 4th consecutive start. And one of the things that I think you could point to is the reason he's won his previous 3. Command has been really good. Only 3 total walks his last 3 outings. And the one today thus far. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Pulled a string with a changeup. 0-2 on Spencer Steer, who has now walked 4 times in the series. He's been patient. But behind a couple of strikes here as Quintana tries for a 2nd straight perfect inning. Lefty kicks and throws 0-2, and he bounced in that curveball, ball 1. I mentioned this in the On Deck show. The Brewers are hoping for length out of Quintana this afternoon. They've had to use just about the entirety of the bullpen on Friday and again on Saturday. Friday in that game where Mizorowski went just an inning plus. And then last night you played 11. 1-2 pitches chopped foul by Steer softly up the third base line. It remains 1-2. The quote-unquote leverage guys, the Koenigs, the Uribes, the McGills, Ashby, all pitched. The first 2 games of the series, Nick Mears did the same, got his first career save to end it last night. 1-2 again. Taken down low on a changeup by Steer, and it's 2-2. You figure that the one guy that could give you some length behind Jose Quintana today is Tobias Myers, who's been this week moved back into the bullpen. No score. Brewers trying for a 5th consecutive series sweep and a 15-game winning streak. Heading to Chicago. 2-2 pitch. Line down the left field line, but he hooked it foul into the seats. Pull side. It remains 2-2 on Spencer Steer. And he will see a 7th pitch. How exciting it's been, too. First 2 games of this series. Coming back to win each. 2-2 again. Taken high, and from 0-2, it's a full count now on Steer as that fastball was up above the letters. Brewers had some relatively easy wins against the Pirates to win the homestand, but they have really had to earn it against the Reds here Friday and Saturday. No score here today. Out of the windup, 3-2 pitch. Chopped foul. Third base side. This is going to be at least a 9-pitch battle by Spencer Steer, elevating that pitch count a bit for Quintana, who's up over 40 now. That was number 41. Up until this plate appearance, it had been very economical to get the first 8 outs. No score, bottom third. 3-2 again. Tipped foul to the backstop. Spoiled a curveball. So we're going to go to a 10th pitch. Over the first 2 games of this series, Brewers having to come back to win each 16-13, the aggregate score. There have been 7 total homers. Bases clear, 3-2 again. Ground ball back through the middle. That's got eyes and gets through into center field for Spencer Steer. A dive by Monasterio from second, but it was past him, and that's a 2-out single on the 10th pitch that he saw, Spencer Steer. Took a bit of a bite out of Quintana with that at bat. That brings up Elly De La Cruz with a man aboard and 2 out. So Steer has been on base twice. Elly singled back in the first inning. Been on base 4 times this series as the 2-time All-Star. Now 3 for 10 with a walk. It kept him in the park, though. The pitch, a high one, swung on and missed. That was up at his shoulders. 91 on the fastball, and it was a chase from a man who will chase. Elly De La Cruz, 0-1. Steer held on at first by Vaughn. The 0-1 down low. Didn't chase curveball below the knees. 1-1. Last time a team in Major League Baseball had a winning streak of 15 games, the Cardinals, 4 years ago. Throw to first, and Spencer Steer is in standing. Just a month shy of 4 years exactly when the Cardinals had a 17-game winning streak in September of 21. Brewers trying to get to 15. Would be the first since if they can win today. No score, the 1-1. De La Cruz chops one towards third in between. Hop, nice pick by Durbin. Throws all the way across. Good stretch by Vaughn into the runner in time to get Elly, and that will retire the side. It's a tough short hop there for Durbin, but he got the job done. Quintana is barking over to
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless. Less is more.
no score, and Caleb Durbin takes a breaking ball from Andrew Abbott for strike one to begin the 4th inning here. It's been a couple of left-handed pitchers, crafty lefties, putting up zeros through 3 innings. 0-1 pitch, chopped foul to the backstop by Durbin. Got another curve, and it's 0-2. The only runner for the Brewers, a 2-out triple from Brandon Lockridge last inning, but he was stranded. Durbin robbed of a hit by the shortstop Elly back in the first. The 0-2. Hit on the ground to short again. This one easier. Routine for De La Cruz. Gobbles it up. Makes a perfect throw across. Elly has recorded 4 putouts. 6-3 on your scorecard, including twice against Caleb Durbin. And here comes William Contreras. Carbless is a proud partner of the Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local grocery store. Pitch to William is outside, ball 1. Carbless, less is more. Contreras grounded to shortstop his first time. The 1-0. Taken down low on a curve. William has been hot. The last week, going back to the Saturday game against the Mets, hitting .464. Is that any good? You could say that about just about all the regulars in the Brewers lineup. How do you go on a 14-game winning streak? Everybody produces. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Took a big rip at a cut fastball and came up empty, 2-1. During the winning streak, the Brewers are hitting .319 as a team. Scored 119 runs. 2-1. Off the plate away, and it's 3-1. 119 runs in 14 games. 27 homers. They're averaging 8.5 runs a game during the winning streak. But 0 thus far this afternoon against Abbott. Wind up 3-1. Tipped off the catcher's mask foul. It bounds up into the air off of Jose Trevino's equipment. The plate umpire, Mike Estabrook, checked on him. Jose said, "I'm good," and it's 3-2. We go back to work. Yelich on deck. 1 out in a scoreless 4th inning. Abbott from his windup, 3-2. Got him looking. Outside corner. That was very close to the edge. Might have been a ball outside, but umpire Estabrook gives the call to Andrew Abbott, who records his 4th strikeout. Contreras had a word for him as he started to walk back to the dugout, but there are 2 away. That was so close. Williams got a great eye. Might have been a hair outside. Here's Yelich now, and he'll take a strike with a curveball that split the plate knee high. Abbott looking great. After that great outing Monday against the Phillies, he's backing it up. 0-1. Lifted foul left side, up out of play. 0-2 on Christian, who struck out his first time. Another man who's had a great week. 4 homers in the week, starting with that Pirates series. 4 home runs. 0-2. Chopped foul up the first baseline. Christian may very well have a chance to be named the National League Player of the Week when that's handed out tomorrow. Follow up what Isaac Collins was able to do. He was awarded it last Monday. We haven't even had Isaac for this series. 0-2 again. Yelly takes up and away. 1-2 from Abbott. Collins on the paternity list. So the Brewers winning 2 games without one of their best hitters. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Good take by Yelich on a fastball. It's just been next man up, and it's been the case throughout. You think about this winning streak, Jackson Chourio has not played in any of the 14 games. He's been on the injured list. Abbott's 2-2 to Yelich. Taken just a bit high, and now it's a full count. Good eye by Christian Yelich. Taken 3 straight out of the zone. It was 0-2. It's now full, with Andrew Vaughn on deck. Left-hander kicks, 3-2. Lifted foul left side, and it hits the extended netting above the camera well. Brewers seeing some pitches, if nothing else. Contreras went full, and now Yelich goes full. Abbott has his sign. They with a windup, 3-2 again. Fouled off the catcher, and it got a piece of Trevino. Bounds back to Andrew Vaughn in the on-deck circle. We'll see another one here. Christian Yelich extending the pitch counts. This will be the 9th that he sees in the plate appearance from Andrew Abbott. Here it is, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down low. He struck him out for a second time. Back-to-back strikeouts on a 3-2 pitch by Abbott. And he has a 1-hit shutout through 4.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
On a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the 1-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
The Brewers Radio Network.
Miguel Andujar, the cleanup batter for the Reds, to lead off against Quintana. Bottom 4 pitchers duel thus far. It's scoreless. Andujar flew to left with a couple of men on back in the first inning. Right-handed hitter, 4 for 10 in the series. The pitch comes in knee high from his former teammate with the Pirates. 0-1. I was talking about how Jose had some words over towards the Reds dugout when he walked off the mound last inning. Apparently directed at Andujar, and maybe just kind of friendly. Pitches up and in 1-1. Those two used to play together. I had to go to Jeff Levering to get that story. Jeff doesn't miss anything. Eagle eye. He's over on the television broadcast today. Quintana, slow rock in the 1-1. Chopped foul softly up the third base line, 1-2. Jeff will be with Lane for the entirety of the 5-game series at Wrigley beginning tomorrow afternoon. What a big series it'll be. Doubleheader tomorrow, necessitated by a rainout back in June. 5 games in 4 days against the second-place Cubs coming up. No score today, the 1-2. Andujar took the curveball down in the dirt, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Drive Around the League is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Cubs and Pirates scoreless today after an inning at Wrigley in that rubber match. Leading off bottom 4, 2-2. Andujar took another curve in the dirt. The count is full. Carmen Majinski out of the bullpen and into the rotation for the Pirates, and that starts against Javier Assad as the Cubs try to avoid losing 4 straight series before the Brewers get to town. 9-game lead in the division currently, tied for the largest all year. 3-2 on Andujar. The pitch, swing and a miss. Went back to Uncle Charlie, and he got him to fish down low and in. Kept throwing Andujar 2-strike curveballs. He spit on a couple of them, and then he finally chased. That's sticking to your game plan.
I always love the stubbornness in some of these pitchers with that. I would be the kind of guy that's like, okay, he didn't chase that, so now I'm going to try something else. But Quintana said, nah, the game plan told me to do this, and we're going to stick with it.
Now Austin Hayes takes a letter-high strike. Generous. Probably up above the zone.
I say Quintana. That's Danny Jansen saying, nope, this is what we're going to do. And trusting Danny Jansen.
Austin Hayes struck out to end the first with a couple of men on. It's been the best scoring opportunity thus far for the Reds today. 0-1 at the knees. Strike 2, 0-2. Ortho ASAP strikeout. There have been 3 of them for Jose. You can start healing faster by meeting with a specialist today. Learn more at orthowisconsin.com. 1 out. Now the windup. 2-strike pitch. Down low with the curve. Network Health salutes our nation's veterans. Retired vets turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. Scoreless in the 4th. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. Austin Hayes goes fishing. 2 straight strikeouts for Jose Quintana here in the 4th, and he is looking sharp.
It's about as good as I've seen him look. Any of us have seen him look in the last couple starts. He's been productive and he's been good, but this is a different level, I feel like.
And looking for a 1-2-3 inning with Noelvi Marte coming up. Flew to the warning track, did Marte his first time in center. And he takes a strike with a curve that clipped the outside corner. Ortho ASAP strikeouts of Andujar and Hayes. Austin Hayes. They also have a Ke'Bryan Hayes. 0-1 pitch, up and away on Marte. The Hayeses are not spelled the same. Austin doesn't have an E. And Ke'Bryan is in the hole here in the 4th. 2 out, bases empty. The 1-1 pitch. Popped foul, coming back over the screen. Off to our right, 1-2. Jose's got a chance to strike out the side in order.
Ke'Bryan might have an E in his name, but he doesn't have an E in his glove.
Rarely. 1-2. Quintana tries to send us to the 5th scoreless. Gets the sign from Danny Jansen. Jose rocks, kicks, and deals. Chopped foul. Spoiled a curveball, did Noel V. Marte. Quintana's won 3 straight starts. Just 3 hits and 1 run in his last one Monday against the Pirates to start that series. He's been dependable. That's the great thing about having a veteran. You always know he's going to give you good effort. Pitch is popped into left. Playable for Christian Yelich. Coming on in, Yelly makes the call. Yelly makes the one-handed catch. When I say give you a good effort, he might not always put up tons of zeros.
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face when he really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hand. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
More of that.
Smell it.
Swing a line drive. Deep center. It's gone. A walk-off home run.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
You're killing me, Smalls.
See if the Brewers can get something mounted against Andrew Abbott. No score into the 5th, and here's Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you, Josh. Andrew Vaughn. And Vaughn, first pitch swinging, a fly ball to center. It is deep. Friedel's back at the track and makes the catch and then runs into the wall. One step later, Vaughn gave it a ride. Ballpark held it. That was as well as the Brewers have hit a ball so far in this game. 99 miles an hour off the bat, but it's one of the deepest parts of this ballpark. And here is Blake Perkins. First pitch to Perk is low. It's 1-0. Perkins hitting right-handed against the lefty Abbott. And the 1-0 pitch. He had squared to bunt and then took a strike. Might have been a bit of a wide strike from Mike Estabrook. 1-1 is the count here on Perkins. He struck out back in the second inning. 0 for 1 today. Abbott out of the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Bounced it in the dirt. And it's 2-1. Brewers have had just one base runner against Abbott so far. It was the triple from Lockridge back in the third inning. But that's been it so far. Abbott looking in. He has thrown 59 pitches as he works here in the 5th inning. And the pitch, a chopper behind the bag at third, but just foul up that third base line. It's 2-2. Jansen in the on-deck circle. Brewers going with a pretty heavy right-handed lineup against the lefty Abbott today. Two-two pitch. And a chopper over the head of Abbott. This is going to be a tough play for De La Cruz. Backhands it, throws to first, not nearly in time. Perkins threw the bag before De La Cruz could get the throw to first. So it's an infield single for Blake Perkins. Once that ball hit the ground, you knew that it was going to be trouble because there was no chance for Abbott to get back off the mound and field it. And De La Cruz was going to have to come charging in, and Perkins just runs too well. So the Brewers have their second hit of this ball game, and now here's Danny Jansen. First offering to Jansen is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. It would be very Brewers for Danny Jansen to have a moment today. One of the few guys that hasn't had one of those big moments in a game yet for the Crew. Toss to first, and Blake dives back in there safely. Jansen has had some good swings. That's not the point. But that big dramatic moment that changes the momentum of a game. He's got 11 home runs on the year. Abbott brings home the pitch, and here's a liner into left center. It's going to drop in front of Friedl for a base hit. We'll take that. That's dramatic enough for us right here. First and second now, and one away. So back-to-back singles. And the Brewers have something cooking for Joey Ortiz. Vibe check. Cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. Big Vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer. The seltzer that passes the vibe check.
You think about it, the only out of this inning was hit pretty much to the fence in left center field. Good sign.
Second time through this order for Abbott. First pitch to Ortiz. Missed outside with a changeup. And it's 1-0. And maybe the bottom of this lineup getting some better swings against the lefty Abbott. 1-0 pitch. And Ortiz. This is a pop-up in foul territory, first base side. Steer trying to navigate the dugout and has room to make the catch. That's a big second out for Andrew Abbott. So a pop-up in foul territory. Ortiz is retired, and now it's going to be up to Brandon Lockridge, who does have one of the 3 hits today for the Crew. It was the triple back in the third. This guy has really hit the ground running with the Brewers. He has never lost in a Brewers uniform. Can you believe that? Abbott wheels back towards second. No throw. Perkins back to the bag. Lockridge hitting .233 on the year. Abbott's first pitch to him is a chopper off the into the bat up the first baseline. Going to be a tough play. Abbott fields and then flips to first in time to get Lockridge, who is sliding into the bag. That is a tremendous play by Andrew Abbott. Brewers are seeing if they want to challenge. They won't. That is an unbelievable play by Andrew Abbott to hustle over there. Lockridge was past him by the time he.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the Bluebird everywhere.
experience. Because results matter, call Cannon and Dunphy.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks. Tune in to hear District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Find it now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning, a 0-0 ball game here in Cincinnati. Join the crew this Saturday for a Bob Uecker golf umbrella giveaway for the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates at the game on August 23rd. Umbrella features a plaid design and Uke's signature. Get your seats at brewers.com/giveaways. First pitch to Jose Trevino is a changeup that just misses low and away. It's 1-0. Trevino 0 for 1 today, grounded out to third. In his only at bat, takes his strike with a changeup. That one might not have been as good as the one before, but I think we're where we're supposed to be, 1-1. As Quintana's pitched well, 63 pitches as he works here in the bottom of the fifth. And the pitch. Here is a fly ball out to center. It's going to stay up there for Blake Perkins, back into his right to make the catch. That's the first out of the fifth inning, and here's Ke'Bryan Hayes. Camping, cookouts, family get-togethers, all in full swing. Summertime in Wisconsin. Enjoy them all with summer's favorite food. The Usingers bratwurst, of course. Whether your gang prefers brats or hot dogs or the Italians, whatever it might be, Usingers is the name to look for. Ke'Bryan Hayes, the batter. First pitch swinging. Soft liner into left center. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. It was not hit overly hard, but hit to the right spot, and Hayes has himself his third hit of this series. That one off the bat at just 76 miles an hour for Ke'Bryan Hayes, but it worked out for him. And a one-out base runner for Santiago Espinal. A warm day in Cincinnati. Told you earlier it's a smaller crowd than what we had Friday and Saturday. Had 39,000 plus here last night. Pitch missed down and in, 1-0. But not a bad crowd today. Quintana brings home the 1-0 pitch. That is swung on and fouled back into the net. It's 1-1. 0-0 ball game in the bottom of the fifth. Brewers trying to be the first team to sweep the Reds this year. 1-1. That caught the inside corner with a fastball at 91. And it's now 1-2 on Espinal.
It's pretty impressive. They've gone 3/4 of the season without being swept.
Every other team in baseball has been swept this year. The Reds, the one team that hasn't. Tossed to first and back in time is Hayes. It would be so Brewers to be the one team to change that. Everything they do right now seems to establish a new record or some sort of new mark or break some precedent. 1-2 here on Espinal. Quintana raises the leg, brings home the pitch. He missed up and in. It's 2-2.
Now, I will say this for the Brewers. They've only been swept once, and it was the very first series of the season. So, yeah, it was kind of an asterisk.
Yeah, it was March. It wasn't even April. Does that count? That doesn't feel like that long ago, but boy, was that a long time ago at the same time.
Yep.
Think of all the things that have changed since then. And think of how this team has played since then, too. 2-2 pitch is rolled foul at the plate by Espinal. He stays alive, and he'll see another one at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So the sweep total for the Brewers this season, 10 completed, 1 against.
Wow. I mean, we were talking before the game. This would be 11 in 23.
Yes.
In 11 in the last 23 series, the Brewers will have swept if they can beat the Reds today. That's hard to process. It really is. 3-2 pitch. Fouled back into the net. That was a 2-2 pitch. Scoreboard has it wrong. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right as I said it, I questioned myself. Quintana looking in. Hayes has his lead from first. And the pitch. Up and in. 3-2. Now the scoreboard is right. The scoreboard operators over there going, well, that was ball 4. And now just figured out that they had the count wrong on the board. So it is full here on Espinal, who lined out to center back in the third. He's 0 for 1 today. Quintana brings home the pitch, and this one is hit in the air to center. Racing in is Perkins. He's got plenty of time to get there and reach up and make the catch for the second out. So 2 down, and now the top of the order and TJ Friedel coming to the plate. And the Brewers, since that May 25th date that we have thrown out there so much, they've been the best team in baseball, and it's not close. I think that's the other thing. And we're going on 3 months now of that being the case with this Brewers club. First pitch to Friedel, missed outside. It's 1-0. You can look at the Brewers in some small samples and go, wow, that's unbelievable. 17 out of 18. Not really a small sample, but 29 out of 33. Toss to first, and Hayes is back in time. But when you're talking about 52 out of 68, that's otherworldly. And that is not a small sample at all. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. It's 1-1 on Friedel. That is almost half a season. Hayes being held on by Vaughn. And the 1-1. Missed down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Got to watch that pitch count climbing, getting closer to 80 now for Quintana. And boy, could the Brewers use at least 6 out of him today.
Brewers need length from Quintana today, with the bullpen being utilized like it has been the previous 2 games of this series. 2-1. Friedel pops it up. Foul territory. Jansen sheds the mask. Dances underneath of it, makes the catch. And the inning is over. So Quintana gets through 5 scoreless. And we are...
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepas with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
No score as we go to the 6th inning here at Great American Ballpark. Andrew Monasterio to lead things off for the Crew. upset with the strike zone as he smirks looking in at Estabrook. Here's the 3-2 to Durbin. And the pitch, a ground ball back up the middle, but backhanded by the second baseman, Espinal. He throws to first in time to retire Durbin. And there's 2 down now for Contreras. Abbott at 79 pitches now, so if he retires Contreras, he's going to be able to get the ball again in the 7th. And we told you in the pregame show, he has been an innings eater, especially of late for these Reds. He went 7 2/3 his last time out against Philadelphia. Pitch to Contreras is low. It's 1-0. And talking about the Brewers bullpen and needing to get some length out of Quintana because some guy's not available, it's certainly the same thing for the Reds. Pitch is a strike with a changeup, but it's 1-1. They've had to cover the same amount of innings as the Brewers in this series. Abbott's 1-1. It's a fly ball fouling out of play first base side. And it's 1-2 on William.
One big difference, the Reds don't have a doubleheader on the schedule tomorrow like the Brewers do.
So they could get more aggressive with somebody if they needed to late in the game. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Contreras strikes out. And the inning is over. Abbott goes 1-2-3 through the Brewers. In the top of the 6th inning, we go to the bottom of 6.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Oh, what a combo. On the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ.
Jose Quintana back out there for the bottom of the 6th inning. A 0-0 ball game, Brewers and Reds. He'll get Steer, De La Cruz, and Andujar to hit against him here in this 6th inning. 77 pitches so far for Jose. Brings home the first pitch to Steer, and a swinging bunt, but foul up the third base line. And it's 0-1. The season high in pitch count for Quintana was 105 back on June 27th in Milwaukee against the Rockies. Have to figure the Brewers would be willing to push him in that similar range today if he's continuing to be effective. 0-1 is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. And so if he can get through this 6th rather efficiently, I would expect that there's a chance he'd get the ball again in the 7th inning. 1-1. And Steer checked on a pitch upstairs. They appeal to first. Laz Diaz says he didn't go. 2 balls and 1 strike. Of course, you have to get through a tough part of this order right here before you can worry about anything else. This is the 3rd time through for these Reds against Quintana. 2-1. And he caught the very bottom of the zone with a sinker. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is one of those days where you love the fact that you got a veteran in Quintana on the mound. A guy that gets it, understands it, knows what his role is today. 2-2 is a one-hopper. It eats up Durbin. He finds it, throws across, and a stretch by Vaughn. They got him. Oh, goodness gracious. It ate up Durbin. The ball climbed up his glove. He found it as it was falling. Look what I found, and he one-hopped it across in a great stretch by Vaughn, and Brewers defense continues to just be ridiculous. You've got to be kidding me with that play. What a great job not to panic by Durbin.
That's impossible that he got the out. And he did.
Ellie De La Cruz is the batter. There's 1 away. I'm flabbergasted. I'm I'm stunned at that play. First pitch to De La Cruz is a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Off the bat, it was hit so hard you thought, ooh, this will be a remarkable play. Once it ate him up, I anticipated it being extra bases. I thought it was going to get down into the corner. 0-1. And De La Cruz checks on a fastball high. It's 1-1. And somehow, after it hit the glove, it popped straight in the air. He found it and caught it with a bare hand and then skipped it across to first. 1-1. Here is a fly ball right center. Perkins tracking it. So is Lockridge. It's Lockridge in right center calling for it and making the catch on the warning track for the second out of the inning. And there's 2 down, and here's Miguel Andujar. Upgrade with Pella Windows in Dornsville, Wisconsin, built for long-lasting comfort and reliability. Right now, scores 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com. I'll tell you this, that's the play of the game so far. That's the leadoff man. And who knows how that changes this inning if Durbin doesn't make that play. First pitch to Andujar is down and in. It's 1-0. Andujar 0 for 2. Flied to left, has struck out. 4 for 11 in the series. 1-0 pitch. That missed down and away with a sinker. 2 balls and no strikes. A 0-0 ball game. What a game this has been so far this afternoon. It has been a incredibly well pitched game. Quintana brings home the 2-0 pitch. And he dropped a curveball in there for a strike. It's 2-1, and the crowd didn't like that call. A very borderline pitch, and Andujar in protest went for a little walk. Turned his back to Estabrook to say whatever he needed to say. And now he's back in there. Here's the 2-1 from Jose Quintana. The pitch. This is a fly ball to center. Perkins has it measured. He's there. He makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 6th inning for Jose Quintana. Quintana giving the...
No matter where you live,
Yelich sprint it home.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
We go to the top of the 7th inning. No score. Brewers and Reds. And back with the play-by-play. Here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you, Lane. Christian Yelich will lead off against the left-hander Andrew Abbott. First pitch. Tries to bunt, and he bunts through a low pitch. Strike 1. Got a breaking ball down below the knees. That was a sneak attack by Yelly, who has struck out twice against Abbott. So he thought, I'll try a different plan of attack. Probably the one bunt that he'll try. Now the 0-1. Full swing, and he fouls one out of play. 10 for station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Out of the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Just missed a little outside with a curveball. 1-2, along with Lane Grindle and Ken Sommerfeld. Josh Maurer with you as the Brewers go for a 15th consecutive win. They are locked up in a pitcher's duel. 0-0 in the 7th inning. And Yelich leading off against Abbott. The 1-2. Ground ball goes past the mound, but at the shortstop, De La Cruz up the middle. Ellie fields and throws and gets Yelich by a stride. Ellie has been busy. And Yelly 0 for 3. So you've got Vaughn and Perkins, the next 2 due up. Andrew Abbott has been phenomenal, as has Jose Quintana. A couple of guys that don't have the big velocity. They're not going to wow you with stuff, but they know how to pitch. Pitch to Vaughn. Misses outside, ball 1. Watching this pitching matchup today, I think the baseball purists would like it. These are two guys that know how to pitch. The 1-0. Vaughn takes outside corner. Changeup just barely clipped the edge. It has been a pitcher-friendly strike zone for each guy, 1-1.
And we get pretty enamored with velocity, and rightfully so. It's a big part of the game today.
1-1. Missed on a breaking ball, 2-1.
But these are two great examples that it doesn't have to be velo to get guys out.
Abbott has been one of the best left-handed starters in the National League all season. The 2-1 pitch. Vaughn rips it into center field for a base hit. Clean single on a hop in front of TJ Friedl. Then Andrews stops at first. It's a 1-out single for the Crew. They've got 4 hits. The Reds have 3. And Andrew is aboard for Blake Perkins. Bullpen looks to be quiet for the Brewers, which would mean Quintana, who is at 89 pitches through his 6 scoreless, is going to go back to work. See if the Brewers can get him a lead with which to work. Pitch to Blake. Ground ball to short, could be a double play. De La Cruz flips the second for 1. Pivot in a relay by Espinal for 2. 6-4-3 double play ends the inning, and 7 scoreless for Andrew Abbott. Well, we've seen few starting pitchers work this way against the Brewers for the last couple of months. It's time to stretch at Great American Ballpark. 0-0 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew, because we're from Milwaukee too. Tastes like Miller time. Kids and seniors, Quartz wants to see you at American Family Field. On select weekday home games, kids 14 and under and seniors 60 plus can save 50% on tickets. Following the game, seniors may stroll along the outfield warning track. Visit brewers.com/kids and seniors to learn more. Milwaukee Brewers baseball and Miller Lite.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can help you break through the noise. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables. No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
It's from 2 to 6 at all 23 George Webb locations throughout Wisconsin. Hungry fans welcome to stop by any location for a free juicy burger and some camaraderie with fellow baseball fans this coming Wednesday. Quintana versus Austin Hayes, whom he has struck out twice. And that's how the bottom of the 7th will commence as a cloud moves overhead. Give a little respite from the bright sunshine. First pitch, chopped foul into the dirt on a curveball. The 90th thrown by Jose. It'll be Austin Hayes, Noel V. Marte, and Jose Trevino. 5, 6, and 7 in Terry Francona's order due. These are big games for the Reds, as they are the Brewers. Cincinnati in the wild card race. The 1 pitch, Hayes took low. Drive around the league brought to you by Construction Business Group. The Reds trying to chase the Mets. They're a game and a half behind them for the final NL wildcard spot coming in. The 1-1 to Hayes. Misses away with a change, 2-1. The Mets and the Mariners are going to play in the Little League Classic tonight. The national game of the week from Williamsport. 6:10 Central, first pitch. Out of the windup, here's the 2-1. Grounded foul wide of third by Austin Hayes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cubs and Pirates tied at 1. That game's in the bottom of the 4th inning now at Wrigley. The Brewers going to Chicago, as Lane mentioned, tomorrow for that doubleheader. They've got a 9-game lead at the moment over Chicago. Timeout granted late to Austin Hayes, right as Quintana was about to go into his motion for the 2-2 pitch.
Cubs really struggling to score.
Yeah.
Their offense is really in a funk.
Keep it that way.
Yeah.
Facing Carmen Majinski of Pittsburgh today. Now we're ready. Quintana kicks the 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul off his foot, I think. Yep. Rolled up the third baseline. They're going to have to give him some time to hobble that off. Remains 2-2 on the veteran Austin Hayes, who's 2 for 7 in the series. Brewers pitching has struck him out 4 times. Leading off the bottom of the 7th in a scoreless game. 2-2 again. Line drive, base hit down the left field line and into the corner. That's extra bases. Over to get it is Yelich. Austin Hayes digs for second base. The first extra base hit of the afternoon for the Reds. Went down and got a curveball, and he pulled it into the left field corner. And Cincinnati in business.
First time today either team's had their leadoff man aboard as well.
Really nice at bat, too, from the veteran Austin Hayes. The Brewers didn't see him in either of the first couple of series they played against the Reds this year because he was on the injured list 3 different times earlier this year. It's a guy that, when he's been healthy, has been a big factor for them. Now you're going to have Noel V. Marte, a really difficult out coming up. And Danny Jansen, the catcher, working with Quintana, going to pay him a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. Hitch a ride to the Brewers home games on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase in the Sportsbook or a same-day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. So you've got a runner at second with nobody out. Marte has flown out twice. Did hit a home run last night. Scoreless game in the pitch. Line drive, base hit, right field. On it quickly is going to be Lockridge, so they'll have to hold up Hayes. Throw from Brandon comes on the fly to home plate. But now the Reds have him on the corners with nobody out. 2 sharply hit base knocks in a row for Cincinnati to begin the 7th. Finally getting some good contact against Quintana are these Reds. Noel V. Marte going after the first pitch. Opposite field, clean single. You know, the Brewers trying to get as much out of Jose as they can. He's at 96 pitches. They are now, for the first time, getting activity in the bullpen. Both Grant Anderson and Tobias Myers are getting loose as Jose Trevino comes up. Squares to bunt, pulls back, takes low, ball 1 on a changeup. Interesting. Might have been a safety squeeze had he bunted it. Brewers would concede the game's first run on a ground ball up the middle. They're leaving both Ortiz and Monasterio back. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball into right field is deep enough to get the run in. Back to the warning track. Lockridge at the wall, leaps up. Lockridge made the catch. He might have brought it back from going out. Tagging and scoring is Hayes. And also advancing to second is Marte on a deep sacrifice fly by Jose Trevino. The Reds lead 1-0. But Brandon Lockridge made a saving catch on a ball that may very well have otherwise been a 3-run home run. It was close.
That would have been one of those bounce on top of the yellow, and does it stay in or does it go out? That's how close it would have been to getting out.
So the Reds have the lead. Now this, nothing new. The Brewers have been very comfortable playing from behind during this winning streak. That's going to be it for Jose Quintana. You got a runner at second. Both runners advanced on that deep sacrifice fly, and with Ke'Bryan Hayes coming up, Pat Murphy comes out of the dugout. 1-0 Reds in the 7th. Runner at second, 1 out. It's a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen. They're a proud partner of the Brewers. They remind you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with us mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. It's Tobias Myers.
Claro, 95 años transformando tu vida a través de la conexión.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Dine, play, win, repeat. Go all in on an unforgettable getaway. Book your total experience today at islandresortandcasino.com.
Tobias Myers is the pitcher to come in to replace Jose Quintana with a runner at second and 1 out. The first run of the game is in. Reds have taken a 1-0 lead. Ke'Bryan Hayes will bat with Noelvi Marte at second base. Jose Quintana was excellent today for 6 1/3 innings. Gives up 5 hits and at least the 1 run. And here comes Ke'Bryan Hayes. First pitch pumped in. Strike 1 from Tobias, who's going to try to keep the deficit right where it is. 98 pitches for Quintana. 62 of them were strikes. He had great command. Walked only 1. He struck out 4. Myers is ready. The 0-1. Fly ball hit to center field is deep. Backing up is Perkins. Still back right on the edge of the warning track. Blake makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Tagging from second is Marte. And he advances up to third. Another deep fly out by the Reds. Ke'Bryan just missed. So you've got a runner at third with 2 away. And Santiago Espinal would have been due, but they're going to pinch hit for him with Gavin Lux. Get a left-handed hitter up there against Tobias. Well, Myers, who had come back up from AAA as a starting pitcher the previous weekend, but now making his second appearance since his return in relief. Overall with the Brewers this year, 1-1 with a 4.45 earned run average. He's made 6 starts, now pitched out of the pen 5 times. His numbers as a reliever are really good. He has not given up a run in 6 bullpen innings this season. So this role has fit him well. And now Gavin Lux, after Danny Jansen paid him a visit, is going to come up. Batting in the 9th spot for Espinal, who was 0 for 2. Native of Kenosha, Wisconsin, hitting .280 in his first year with the Reds. First pitch misses high, ball 1. We saw Lux in the first 2 games of the series, combined 2 for 6 with a couple of runs batted in. Runner at third and the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good splitter there from Tobias. Good dip. 1 ball, 1 strike from Mr. Myers. 1 run is in, 1-0 Reds. Here comes 1-1. Swing and a miss. Split-fingered fastball again from Myers. That's worked twice in a row, 1 and 2. There is activity in the bullpen for Cincinnati, and that would lead you to believe that after 7, Andrew Abbott may be done. Tony Santillan getting loose. 1-2 pitch. Up and away. 2-2. The count on the pinch hitting Gavin Lux. Terry Francona's got it set up the way he wants it. Santillan and then potentially Pagan. 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul. Got a piece of the splitter. Pulls it over towards the first base dugout fencing. Does Lux. Now last night he had a 1-run lead going to his late inning guys. Santillan got out of trouble, but Pagan blew the save thanks to an error. 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. He got him. Beautiful splitter again. Boy, that pitch came up aces for Myers against the lefty Gavin Lux, and he struck him right on out of there. That'll retire the side. Great job by Tobias to strand a man inherited.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
Reds have taken a 1-0 lead. They have taken out their dominant starting pitcher today, Andrew Abbott. Tony Santillan gets the 8th again, and to call the action, here's Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. Danny Jansen leads off against Santillan. 62nd appearance of the year, and it's a high fly ball into right center. Friedel tracking it. Friedel calling off the right fielder. Marte makes the catch a few steps in front of the warning track. There's one away in the Brewers' half of the 8th inning. That'll get Joey Ortiz to the plate, but no. Instead of Joey, it'll be Tyler Black to pinch hit. We have been very impressed with the quality of the AB that Tyler Black has been giving the Brewers this year in the small sample that he's been up in the big leagues. And right now the Brewers need a base runner. Trailing 1-0 in the top of the 8th. Santillan up and away. It's 1-0. Santillan worked in the 8th inning of last night's game. He walked Siegler and walked Contreras, but got out of it. 1-0 pitch. That's a strike on the outside edge, and it's 1-1. Brewers have been here before. It is 1-0 in favor of the Reds. It is late. Brewers aren't worried. 1-1. Swung on and fouled back into the net. It's 1-2. Doesn't mean that they are a lock to come from behind here and win. It certainly feels like they are lately. But trust me, everybody in that dugout feels very confident that they have another comeback in them. 8 comebacks in this 14-game winning streak. 1-2 pitch. That is inside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just 9 hits between the two teams in this game. Cincinnati with 5, the Brewers with 4. Here's the 2-2 to Black. And he rolls it foul at the first baseline. That's a good job of spoiling that slurve. Stays at 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. Terang has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle, so presumably he would hit for Lockridge. Santillan. The 2-2 pitch. That's outside. The count is full. It's 3-2. Black just has such a great understanding of the strike zone. And there is a confidence in him when you just look at him at the plate right now. 3-2 pitch. That's up and away. Drew the walk. Man, does he give you a good AB.
Wow.
I think Tyler Black is really opening some eyes at the big league level right now with the ABs he's giving this team. And you think back to the last year or so, Tyler Black, think about him in late April, early May of last year when he was up with the Brewers. And yeah, he had some hits here and there, but just look at how he stood in the box. Look at the body language. This is a different guy. He believes that he belongs here now. And now you got some speed aboard with 1 out and Terang to hit here for Lockridge. Santillan brings home the first pitch, and Terang took inside. It's 1-0. It's a little bit like Thanos. The Brewers sometimes feel inevitable. And if you're a Reds fan and the Brewers get this 1-out base runner, I am sure it's only natural that in the back of your mind, there goes the runner. The pitch is outside. Throw to second is going to be in time. What a throw from Trevino. De La Cruz cut in front of the bag. Applied the tag. Brewers will not challenge. It was a perfect pitch to handle. A fastball at 95. It was up and away. And he threw a dart right on the bag, and he got him. And really, Tyler Black had a pretty good jump. That's just a great play by the catcher, Trevino. Threw it right on his left shoulder. Now there's 2 outs. And a 2-0 count, rather, on Terang. And the pitch. And a little flare down the left field line, but foul and out of play. It's 2-1. I was getting ready to say that if you're a Reds fan, in the back of your mind, you probably just almost feel like it. Like, here come the Brewers. But if you want to stop that, you got to make great plays. And Trevino just made one on Tyler Black's stolen base attempt. 2-1. That is in there with a strike on a breaking ball. It's 2-2 on Terang. 1-0 Reds. Two-two pitch. Fouled back to the net. And Terang stays alive. Bryce not in the lineup today. Had a couple of hits on Friday night. And had a couple of hits last night. He's had a very good series. 2-2 pitch. Outside, count is full. It's 3-2. He has been in the midst of a power surge of late. Nothing is ever over in this ballpark until the 27th out is recorded. 3-2 to Terang. That is a called third strike. That is a perfect pitch from Santillan with a breaking ball that just clipped the outside corner. That is a really good pitch from Santillan. Those are the types of things you have to execute.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Side. Yeah, right.
620 WTMJ.
Myers stays on the mound for the Brewers. TJ Friedl in the top of the lineup up for the Reds. It's a 1-0 Cincinnati lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brewers with some defensive changes as well. First pitch to Friedl's through there for a strike on a fastball at 93. It's 0-1. Bryce Terang stays in the game. He's the shortstop. Tyler Black stays in the game in right field for the Brewers. Myers brings home the pitch, a swing and a miss at that splitter. It's 0-2. That's been a great pitch for him today, and since he came back up, he has fine-tuned it, and it has become a great swing and miss pitch. As Emilio Pagan, the closer for the Reds, is getting loose in the Reds bullpen. No balls and 2 strikes here on Friedl. And the pitch. And a fly ball to left that's going to carry out to Yelich. He's there to make the catch. One away here in the Reds' half of the 8th inning. Today's 8th inning is brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council, representing 9,000 skilled union laborers throughout Wisconsin. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org. That's liunawisconsin.org. And feel the power. Here's Spencer Steer. Myers brings home the pitch, and that missed just a touch outside and maybe a touch low with a fastball. 94 on the radar gun that time. 1 ball and no strikes on Spencer Steer, who is 1 for 2 today. He's also walked. The pitch. Cutter missed in. That was a pretty good pitch. That probably should have been a strike. It's 2-0. Myers just trying to get this game to the top of the 9th inning with that 1-run deficit for the Brewers. 2-0s through there for a strike, and it's 2-1. A team that has been one of the best offenses in baseball for quite some time now, but they are being shut out here this afternoon. 2-1, and that caught the outside corner. That was that splitter. And Spencer Steer not so sure about that call. He looks back at Mike Estabrook, and he'll use his timeout in protest. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, a refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Steer. Myers kicks, delivers, and missed inside. And the count runs full at 3-2. 26,426 here today. Many of them Brewers fans, hoping the Brewers have a comeback in them and a 15th straight win. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him to chase a cutter off the plate away. Second strikeout for Myers in relief, and he's looked very sharp. And now here's Elly De La Cruz with 2 outs and nobody on. He'll hit from the left side for the first time today, with the righty on the mound in Tobias Myers. First pitch to De La Cruz is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Will Benson, another lefty, is in the on-deck circle. A 1 pitch and missed outside. It's 1-1. Benson came in to play the left field last half inning. Matt McLean also into this game after Lux pinch hit for Espinal. McLean occupies that spot now. Ground ball to first. Big hop out to Andrew Vaughn, who wins the race to the bag to retire De La Cruz, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th for Tobias Myers. We go to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Crew to extend this winning streak. They trail 1-0 on the Brewers.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a, brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Worst brings out our best. The best sounds you can get.
It's back, track, bye, baseball.
All season long, this is the Brewers Radio Network.
Well, the Brewers have been here before, trailing by a run going into the 9th inning. This is where they were last night with Emilio Pagan on the mound. They found a way to get it tied and get it to extras. Anthony Siegler is going to lead off. Pagan threw 26 pitches last night in blowing that save for the Reds. Brewers hoping they can get him to blow another one here this afternoon. 15 straight is on the line. They have won 14 straight. Pagan's first pitch to Siegler is up and away. It's 1-0. Do the Brewers have another improbable comeback in them? It has been a stretch of baseball with moment after moment. 1-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Now remember, last night he walked the first 2 batters. That's what kick-started the rally.
2-0 pitch to Siegler. Inside, 3-0. Pagan yelling at himself coming off the mound in frustration. And anytime you have a little doubt start to creep in, a flashback to last night start to creep in, that can compound the issue a little bit. You better believe Siegler's going to have the bat on his shoulder right here. 3 balls and no strikes on Anthony. Pagan brings home the pitch. That is low and away. Walked him on 4 pitches. So there you go. The tying run is aboard. It is the first time today the Brewers have had their leadoff man reach. And now Caleb Durbin coming to the plate. You just know that the Brewers are in the back of the minds of the Reds right now. First pitch to Durbin, and he checks on a strike. It's 0-1. You just know there is that little voice saying, not again. And for the Brewers, there's that voice saying, we've got this. We have done this before. The 0-1, Durbin squaring to bunt, pulled the bat back and took a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, they call August and September the dog days, and some are dog days, some are brat days, some are Pine River cheese spread days. They all end with delicious Cedar Crest ice cream. That's summer in Wisconsin. 1 ball and 1 strike on Durbin. Pagan brings home the pitch. Durbin bunting, and he bunts it foul back into the screen behind home plate. It's 1-2. So Caleb not able to get a bunt down. And now he'll try to battle in the count. You've got your guys coming up next. You've got Contreras in the on-deck circle. Yelich to follow him. Vaughn after him. This is set up the way the Brewers would want it. Pagan, the 1-2 pitch. And Durbin able to check. They appeal to first. Diaz says he didn't go. It is 2-2. If you're Durbin, you would like to at least try to get the runner to second, if possible. You couldn't get the bunt down. Still chance to get Siegler moved along. 2-2 pitch and hit off the end of the bat, foul back behind home plate. We do it again at 2-2. This is a point of pride for the Reds and their fans too. You want to be the team that stops the streak. It feels big. The Reds in the middle of a playoff push. They're a game and a half out of a playoff spot at the start of the day today. The Brewers not going to do them any favors, though. 2-2 is the count. Pagan brings home the pitch, and Durbin pops it up on the infield. Who wants it? Ellie De La Cruz calling for it. Behind the mound, makes the catch. That's the first out. So 1 away, 2 outs to work with for the Crew, but now you've got your guys coming to the plate. Contreras and Yelich. The next 2 batters scheduled. Contreras 0 for 3 today, 3 for 13 in this series. Every time the Brewers have had their backs against the wall, someone's had a big swing in them. First pitch, and a fly ball left center field, well struck. Back is Benson at the track. Wall gone! Wild Bill to left center. 2-1 Brewers. Listen to the Brewers fans taking over at Great American Ballpark right now. There is nothing left to say. This team does not quit. Do not wake us up from this dream. Christian Yelich, the batter, and he takes outside. It's 1-0. Goodness gracious. What a baseball team this is. One-0 pitch. Yelich took a strike on the outside edge. It's 1-1. There is just 1 out. There is nobody on. The Brewers are inevitable. 1-1, half swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
Lane, William Contreras has hit 7 homers since the 30th of July. He had hit 6 the whole season up until that point.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Yelich. Pagan the pitch, and he missed low. It is 2-2.
All that talk about, well, Contreras isn't delivering the power numbers anymore. Has he turned around that narrative or what these last couple of weeks?
That has changed in a hurry. 2-2 pitch. Yelich, a ground ball to second base. McLean ranging to his left, fields and throws to first. And retires Yelich for the second out. That'll get Vaughn to the plate.
It's going to be interesting to see who Pat Murphy elects to pitch the bottom of the ninth inning.
You would have Shelby Miller as an option, but Myers has looked so good. You might be tempted to just stick with Tobias. So here's Vaughn, and Vaughn takes low. It's 1-0. Andrew Vaughn today has a hit back in the seventh inning. He's 1 for 3. Pagan brings home the pitch, and it's a chopper to third. Charging is Ke'Bryan Hayes. Fields it with his glove, makes the exchange, and throws to first in time to retire Andrew Vaughn. And the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Brewers have a 2-1 lead. They are 3 outs away from a 15th consecutive victory. Tobias Myers is coming out to try to finish it off for the Crew. This is the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
Down. There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high car.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Catch a home run or two.
Way gone! Bye-bye baseball!
On the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ.
Well, to the bottom of the ninth inning we go. Will Benson will lead things off. Myers stays out there on the mound for the Crew. A 2-1 Brewers lead. Myers' first pitch to Benson is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. A team that will not die, the Milwaukee Brewers, with a 2-run home run from Contreras in the top of the inning. And Benson, a liner. It'll be picked on a short hop by Turang, and then he bobbled it, and Benson safe at first. It was a soft liner right at Turang. Turang tried to pick it on a short hop, and he couldn't field it cleanly. And Benson will reach to start up the inning. It'll be an error on Turang. And don't go anywhere. 3 outs to get, and these are the 3 toughest outs to get in baseball. Mike Estabrook is now pointing into the Reds dugout. A baseball has trickled out into the field of play. They'll pick that up and get it back in to the Reds dugout. Here's Austin Hayes. Benson is at first. Hayes doubled back in the 7th inning. Myers kicks and delivers the first pitch. A swing and a miss at a cutter at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. He took a massive cut. Did Austin Hayes. Reds fans trying to get involved in this one now. The 1 pitch. High fly ball. This one into shallow left. Yelich tracking it. Underneath of it, Canicorn. That's the first out. One away for Noel V. Marte. And this is a dangerous hitter right here. Pam Murphy is out of the dugout. And it appears that that will be it for Tobias Myers. He has not made the call. Now he has. Brewers have some options out there. Grant Anderson, Shelby Miller would be an option too, but it is Grant Anderson that has been working, and so he's going to come into this game. U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen. They're proud to support the Brew Crew when the game is on. Don't miss your chance to turn off ringers and cheer for dingers. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Grant Anderson.
Master's degree. So if you are ready to earn big league bucks, go to join139.com to learn more.
Well, runner at first, bottom of the ninth inning. There is one out, and Grant Anderson is on for the Crew. He'll face Noel V. Marte. Anderson making his 54th appearance of the year. 3.07 ERA. Has never collected a save in his career. First pitch to Marte is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. He does have one. Let me correct myself. I think earlier this year. No balls and one strike. Anderson brings home the pitch, and this is lined into right. That's down for a base hit. On the move is Benson. He's on his way to third. And the Reds have him on the corners with one away. So Noel V. Marte's had a very good series. His second hit of the day. And they've got the tying run 90 feet away. And Chris Hook is out to chat with Grant Anderson here before Jose Trevino comes to the plate. Now you got the bottom of the order up. Trevino would be a guy that could be a double play candidate, Josh, and that's what you're hoping for here if you're the Brewers.
I think part of the conversation is going to be, all right, how do we want to attack Trevino, but also how do you want to play the infield? Obviously, that runner at third is the tying run, but if you get a ground ball, and Grant Anderson can get some ground balls, you could gamble and just try to end the game by turning two right there.
While we're waiting the conversation, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to the Brewers Radio Network. So the Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound is over. Chris Hook is on his way back into the dugout. It is 2-1 Brewers in the bottom of the ninth, but the Reds have them on the corners with one out. Jose Trevino, the batter. 0 for 2 today. Has driven in a run. Anderson brings home the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Reds fans don't like the call. That was a great pitch right at the very bottom of the strike zone. Nothing in one the count. Anderson with the high set and the pitch. Missed outside. It's 1-1.
By the way, the Brewers elected to leave the middle infielders back. Terang at short, Durbin at second. The corner infielders are a bit up.
Yeah, Siegler is at third. Brewers have shuffled around that infield a lot over these last couple of innings. Anderson's 1-1 pitch. Missed way outside of the sweeper. It's 2-1. Good stop by Danny Jansen. Had to come out of the crouch and make a backhanded lunging catch 2 balls and 1 strike on Trevino. You've got Ke'Bryan Hayes in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and it's a liner into right center field. It's down for a base hit. Rounding second, on his way to third is Marte's in there safely. The Reds have tied it at 2. Benson scores from third. Marte ends up at third. Trevino drives in his second run of this game. We are tied at 2, and there's a lot of work to do for the Brewers to get this game to extra innings. That's going to get Ke'Bryan Hayes to the plate for the Reds with runners on the corners. Now the entire infield has to come in. You don't have a choice if you're the Brewers. Have to try to cut this run down at the plate if Hayes puts a ball in play on the infield. First pitch. And a swing and a miss. Trevino goes to second uncontested. That's indifference. So now second and third. The only thing that matters is the runner at third, Noelvi Marte. The 0-1 to Hayes. And a sweeper just missed off the plate away. It's 1-1. Anderson looks in. The 1-1 pitch. That missed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. You do have first base open. So if you fall any further behind, you do have the option of just putting Hayes on. That gives you a chance at a double play ball potentially with McLean in the on-deck circle. Two-1. That is a called strike, and it was a generous one. And the Reds fans letting Mike Estabrook hear it right now. It is 2-2. Brewers got a call there. Two balls and 2 strikes. Anderson looks in. And the pitch. Missed outside. It is full. 3-2. Again, a walk is not the end of the world for the Brewers in this scenario. It gives you a force at any base in that scenario. 3-2 pitch. And a foul back and out of play. Hayes took a rip at a fastball away at 96 and stays alive. McLean is in the on-deck circle. Then you got the top of the order to hit after. Anderson looks in. The 3-2 pitch. And he got him looking. A fastball at 96 on the outside edge. And a huge strikeout for Grant Anderson of Ke'Bryan Hayes. And now, this may be the at-bat of the game. Matt McLean with the winning run 90 feet away, but the Brewers an out away from sending it to extra innings. Anderson's first pitch. And he lays off a pitch down and away. It's 1-0. Really leaning on that sweeper here in this 9th inning is Grant Anderson. The 1-0 pitch. And that missed outside with the sweeper. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Marte, the winning run 90 feet away. Trevino at second base. He is of no matter. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Missed outside. It's 3-0. You got a left-handed hitter in Friedel in the on-deck circle. It is loud right now here in Cincinnati. Everybody making noise. Anderson will disengage and reset the pitch clock. .3-0 pitch. Missed outside. He walked him. And now the bases are loaded. So the base is full of Reds. with 2 outs in a 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 9th inning. What a series this has been. Are you kidding me with this series? It was a 2-2 game in the 9th last night. Ended up going 11 innings. Now it'll be the lefty Friedel against the righty Anderson. First offering to Friedel. And he caught the inside corner with a sweeper. Beautiful pitch. You cannot make a better pitch than the one Grant Anderson just made. It's 0-1. Well, one pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back into the net. It's 0-2. The Brewers were trailing 1-0 coming into the 9th inning. They got a 2-run blast from Contreras. That gave them a 2-1 lead. The Reds have come back and tied it at 2. Anderson trying to get this game to the 10th. The 0-2 pitch. And he just missed inside of the fastball at 98 miles an hour. You think he's juiced up right now? That was a great pitch on 0-2 by Grant Anderson. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he popped him up on the infield. Siegler calling for it. Siegler squeezing it. We go to the 10th in Cincinnati. The Brewers never say die. It is a 2-2 ball.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
We wanted to introduce something new. And then working in some of our past and what the past can look like in the future. I think our players absolutely love it, and our fans, we think they'll learn to love it, especially if you can win in it. You know, that kind of solves everything.
For quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Well, we go to the 10th inning here in Cincinnati, tied at 2. And back in with the play-by-play. You had to do some extra work yesterday. I guess we're going to ask you to work some overtime today as well.
Let's do it. Does it sound familiar, 2-2 in the 10th? That's exactly the case from last night's situation. Brewers won in 11, 6-5. It's going to be Graham Ashcraft, the right-hander, coming in. Andrew Vaughn, the automatic runner at second. Blake Perkins batting. He bunts out in front of the plate. They're going to throw to third. Tag applied. Vaughn is out. Holding on to the ball is Ke'Bryan Hayes as Vaughn made the slide. The umpire over there, Brian Onora, looked into the glove of Ke'Bryan Hayes just to make sure that it had not fallen out. But he held on. And Vaughn is out on a sacrifice bunt attempt. Safe at first is Perkins, 2-5. That's a game-changing potential play. The catcher, Trevino, decided to throw to third to get the lead runner on the first pitch of extra innings. So now Perkins at first, a huge out. And now the batter, Danny Jensen, against Graham Ashcraft in a 2-2 game. The pitch. down the middle for a strike. Then if you're wondering, would the Brewers have thought about pinch running for Vaughn, who had made the final out of the ninth? The only man left on the bench is Sal Frelick, who may not be available. The 0-1. Tried to check, but he committed on a pitch down low. A slider that bounced in, 0-2 on Danny Jansen. Jansen, just his fourth start as a Brewer, is 1 for 3. He singled in the fifth. Brewers scored on a 2-run home run in the ninth from William Contreras to take the lead. Then the Reds tied it with an unearned run in the bottom of the ninth. The 0-2. Denny takes outside. Slider 1-2. RBI single from Trevino is the one that tied it up against Grant Anderson. And now Ashcraft, the fourth Reds pitcher. The 1-2. Popped up behind first base. Out goes the second baseman McLean into shallow right field. And in fair territory, he makes the catch. There are 2 outs. Staying at first is Blake Perkins, and the Brewers will need something with 2 out from Tyler Black to keep this going. The changing moment in this 10th inning to this point was the bunt attempt by Blake Perkins on the first pitch by Ashcraft. He bunted it pretty much only a foot or 2 out in front of the plate, which is why Trevino had a chance to throw and get the lead runner. Tyler Black walked as a pinch hitter in the 8th. He takes down and in ball 1. He has walked 3 times coming off the bench over the last couple of days. Runner at first and 2 out. Ashcraft with the 1-0. Strike called. 98-mile-an-hour cutter. 1-1. So Pagan blew his second save in as many days, charged with the 2 runs in his 1 inning. Ashcraft, we saw him pitch an impressive 7th inning yesterday with a couple of punch-outs. Got out of a jam that he inherited in that game. 6-4 with a 3.86 ERA in 48 prior appearances. 1-1. Black swings, shoots it foul back up over the screen. 1-2. So important in extra innings these days to at least get 1 if you're the visiting team. Runner at first is Perkins. Ashcraft with a 1-2. High and off the glove of the catcher, Trevino. It goes back to the backstop, and Perkins advances up to second on a wild pitch. 2-2 on Tyler Black, and now there's a man in scoring position for the Brewers in this 2-2 game. Can Black deliver? As a hitter this year, he's 2 for 7 with 5 walks. 2-2. Swinging a little fister to short, caught right behind the second base bag by De La Cruz. Got a pop-up, essentially. Ellie was positioned perfectly against the left-handed hitter up the middle, and he caught it right near his ankles. And the Brewers.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards. Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
Unleaded 88 is available at lots of Wisconsin gas stations. It's cheaper than regular fuel, and it's better for your engine. Unleaded 88 is grown and produced by Wisconsin farmers. When you fill up with Unleaded 88, you save money, reduce pollution, get a cleaner engine, and you support local farmers. That's a win for all of us. Learn more at wibiofuels.org.
And the Reds tied at 2. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Reds need to get T.J. Friedl, their automatic runner, home to win the game and snap the Brewers' 14-game winning streak. It's going to be some of the best bats for Terry Francona due up. Spencer Steer, Ellie De La Cruz, the first 2. Then you've got Will Benson, who's occupying the 4th spot. Before Grant Anderson can throw a first pitch, he's got a pitch comm malfunction. So the bat boy from the Brewers visiting dugout brings out a new receiver for him. Well, the Brewers couldn't get their runner home. unlike last night when they did it in each the 10th and 11th innings. Cincinnati did the same last night. Their automatic runners scored in the 10th and 11th, but the Brewers won 6-5. And here's Spencer Steer. We're ready to go. 1 for 3 with a walk. Runner at second, Friedel. First pitch, he bunts it towards Anderson. Fields thought about third, but changed his mind and turns and throws to first instead to get Steer, but the sacrifice is successful. Grant took a long, hard look at third base where Friedel was breaking. And I think that he wanted to throw it, but at the very last moment, he decided the prudent play was make sure you get an out at first. Now they're going to walk Ellie De La Cruz intentionally to put him on the corners for Will Benson.
That's a tough call in that spot for Grant. Because if you make a mess of it, if you throw it away, the game's over. But if you make that play, oh no, and now we have...
They're going to intentionally walk Benson too. Yeah, they're going to load the bases here because he had 2 lefties, De La Cruz and Benson. Brewers say, doesn't matter, we'll just put them each on. So bases loaded, 1 out, and you've got a righty, Austin Hayes, coming up.
You don't care about those runs at all. There's no reason not to do that. Kind of in a similar spot to what Anderson was just in the 9th inning now.
Anderson gave up the tying run, an inherited runner to score on a hit by Jose Trevino in the 9th. Then he ended up with the bases loaded and 2 out, and he got TJ Friedel to pop out to extend the game into extra innings. Chris Hook is going to come out and visit. Bases loaded. Even though he's only thrown 1 pitch, the bases are loaded. That's what you can have happen in extra innings these days. He had a sac bunt on the first pitch by Spencer Steer, and then 2 intentional walks. So Friedel, the automatic runner, represents the ball game at third. De La Cruz is at second, and Benson is at first. Chris Hook heading back to the dugout. Austin Hayes coming into the box. Brewers will bring the infield in. Austin Hayes 1 for 4. He doubled and scored against Quintana in the 7th. Anderson coming set, and he throws. Line drive, base hit, pulled past the diving third baseman Siegler. It rolls all the way to the wall and left to end the 14-game franchise record winning streak for the Brewers. Austin Hayes, a walk-off RBI single. They'll have to score it. The Reds score in the 9th to tie it and score in the 10th to win it 3-2. And so for the first time in the month of August, the Brewers have a loss. But they were oh so close to making it 15 in a row. An unearned run in the bottom of the 9th inning is what turned this game around. After William Contreras had hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 9th to bring the Brewers within 3 outs of victory yet again. But the Reds, give them credit. They fight back, and they win this game 3-2. Austin Hayes is the hero. Grant Anderson threw 2 pitches in the bottom of the 10th inning. And it went 4 batters. Sack bunt, intentional walk, walk-off, game winner by the veteran Austin Hayes.
That's what it takes to beat the Brewers these days. Extra innings. 2 consecutive days. Finally, the Reds put an end to the streak. But what a streak it was, and the Brewers will try to start another one tomorrow. Brewers baseball has been brought to you by Citgo, Miller Lite, it's Miller time. Concordia University of Wisconsin. Usinger's famous sausage. Usingers in baseball, it's just not summer without them. American Family Insurance. Menards. Prevea Health. Construction Business Group. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now. Delta Dental. Quick Trip. Woodman's Food Market. Pomps Tire. West Bend Insurance, the silver lining. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Carbless, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail.
And if you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff, and ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson, and that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.